It's less chilly today. I guess it is. Go. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Oh shit. Hey. Oh no, it's not the... It's a different kid, not the kid that we were talking about. Ah, Norma. Ah. You're back! Why is this ghost girl? She's bothering us now. Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Oh, phew, she thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Ah, so responsible, Joe. I kinda faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. Stop glitching out, random ghost girl. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it would be a waste to spend money in the university just for me not to give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. I'm glad to hear that. And well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you are right, I will be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave you before it's too late outside. Be careful. Ah, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make me a bleeding Jane, please. On it. How does Boss's hair stay like that? Why does she have the anime Ohage hair? Well, bleeding Jane, right? Can't be distracted in real life. You know, Jill is distracted in the game, but I have to stay focused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then blend. Blendity, 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 blend. Actually, I should have made one. Did I make a big one? I think I did, right? Yeah. I thought like I didn't make a big one, but I did. I just automatically just made a big one without even realizing it. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? I don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. Beer. Big beer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There. I can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Oh. Okay, the UI changed. Nobody expects the Authority Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition, Dorothy Inquisition, Dorothy. Well, I bit my tongue. I can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Spare tongues. Honey. Oh, hey, Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Fluffy dream. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just a million commentary. Just everything commentary. Age mixed. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What, are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be here then. That's pretty fast, just came here and just left. Well, I've got things to do, so... What do? You ghost girl. What does ghosts do? You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. At you. You do. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe. Take care of Becky, please. Who the hell is Becky? Who's Becky? Who's what? You said... I said nothing. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. To find them and put us all at the risk of burning, I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask you a silly question? You see my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers get on my nerves though. Sorry, what do you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems out of place. Not as much what you can consider as not them, but their parents who are called such. Oh? Let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Yamazaki-Romanova. Or was it the Romanenko-Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it, at a critical point that could make it or break it the whole thing, or make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine. I can't read. I'm just melting. My mouth is just melting. I'm not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stangovic. Or is it Stangovic? Let's call him Stangovic for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stangovic funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stangovic, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through a catification procedure even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved with that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. I mean, I guess it's kind of like, well, it's not exactly like, you know, baby boomers, but it's a similar story, I guess. It's why, you know, boomers are called boomers, because it was in a generation when they had a lot of babies, I guess, you know, and everything. That's what they called baby boomers. It was the baby boom, and the babies became the baby boomers, I guess. Anyway. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. That's an interesting fad, by the way. Just turn everyone into cat people? I don't know. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. Okay, cat boomer. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. Eh? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? I mean, sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like cats and react to their movement. It's the endless debate, you know, whether or not a cat girl, does she have 4 ears, or does she just have those cat ears, you know? And would it look weird if she only had those ears, or would it be weird if she had 4 ears? I don't know. But at least in Valhalla, I guess, they're just decoration. In the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusion because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait. What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stangovic. Yeah, was it? What was it before? I don't know. Look, this is Stangovic? Stangovic? Yeah, that's what you said before, right? Stangovic? Stangovic. Maybe it was like another name she thought was different, but then she was right. I don't know. Stangovic. I just remember Sylvia Stangovic was around my age and I was a teen. There were some TV specials featuring her. I just remember that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. All booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl. Yeah. Total funds, $6,000. I guess the 38,000 is just total earnings. Just how much money we had. Like it's kind of like net, not net profit. In fact, just like total profits, I guess. Or what do you call it? Like what do you call profits that is like before, I guess, deductions? I guess I don't know what you call it, but you know. And it's not net. Like net profit means like after you spend the money. You know, so it's the way you actually have. I don't know. I forget the word. Anyway. Rent is due. I have $10,000. I don't have $10,000. I only have 6,000. Would it be enough? I have no idea. Okay. Jill brought what she wanted. Okay, so I guess we brought something that she already wanted before she even wanted it. Amazing. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Mm-hmm. Oh, day 17. Any news? Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilum Company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular among this city's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Anime. A 70-year-old student agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and the sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. You can do all the positions. You can just customize their genitals. It's amazing. Oh, anyway. It's expected that new regulations will be soon to be announced to address the situation. Being only with a Lilum can be tiring, though. Again. Wearing socks or sandals in public is now a crime. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of this city so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. What do you think? Should we wear whatever we want? Or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Gods be praised. First city law, I'm all in for. So you see, they're just using this law to appease the masses, you know, while they're passing other laws. They're gonna just ban shoes, you know? That's what they're gonna do. It's just slippery slope. Don't you understand, Jill? No. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council. Is that what it stands for? I never knew. The British Trademark Council. That's what it stands for. I thought it was like bartenders, like something like council or something. But actually, it stands for British Trademark Council. It's facing some economic troubles in Glitch City and looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and the weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, so we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. Well, they make a lot of money already. Now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Yep, we knew that already, I guess. Dangerous opinion. Surviving this city. Hey, any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? New friend. Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread? Don't trust in the white knights. Don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flour, lol. Get used to eat what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So, coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? We're visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't be able to escape. Sad face. Can I even get some weed in this craphole somewhere? Yeah, I just beat me a good dealer. I don't know. Is there PMing? Can you PM in this form? That's a thing you could do? Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned into this city. You mentioned, Jill mentioned a grandpa before. Apparently he's a cool guy, huh? Well, it's the 29th, and rent is due tomorrow. I guess we'll just die, you know? At least we'll go to work first, though. At least we'll go to work. I don't know if we can make enough money. How do we need, like, $4,000, or a little bit less, I guess. Technically, like, well, I don't know, 3,700, I guess, around that to pay our rent. I don't know if we can do that. Oh well, we'll see, I guess. It's our last day of work, I feel like. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we got almost everything. We're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being a delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine. Give me the list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. The gut punch, maybe? Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. A girl that owns a bazaar. My goddamn fuckboy. She's been coming on him for ages and he only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Alright then, to the office I go. Well, too bad for Motorcycle Boy, I guess. I guess it's not much of a... You know, they weren't like really flirting all that much anyway, I guess. As for me... I will now put on songs. Whoop whoop ah, whoop. Bop ooh, and I don't know, whoop ah, it's random. Tense. Is it a tense song? Is the name, you know, of the song? Does it mean it's actually a tense song? Probably. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gill of a crush, huh? This place. Great! Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? Oh, you're back. Is the idol. There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stock woman incoming. Again. Door's open. Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where is she? Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. You're the stalker? Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right. You remember me after 2 weeks. On with his usual drink. Well, unfortunately, I do remember his old drink, so I'll just give him a big beer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I say unfortunate. I mean, he's not too bad of, you know, from all the interactions I've had with him, he's not that bad of a guy. A little, I guess, I don't know what the word is. He's a little confrontational, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Or whatever. And everyone keeps calling him a chauvinist, I guess, or whatever. I'm trying to think. Well, I think there's a one time he slapped Alma's ass, I guess. I got his ass pretty bad, you know. I'm just thinking, like, he's not too bad, but then when I think about it, maybe he is that bad. Anyway. But right now, he's, like, I guess, stalking Killer Mickey, though. So, I mean, I don't know if we should serve him tricks. You know, he should just shoo him out. I don't know. Anyway. I'm assuming that he's stalking Killer Mickey. Maybe not. Maybe he's a coincidence. Maybe he's not. Oh, whoops. Did I do wrong? Oh, I did wrong. Oops. I don't know why I did wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. A good thing failures don't, you know. There's no penalty, you know. If there was a penalty, that would really suck because then I would have even less money. Here. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You think with all that's happening, they stay and do more reports? They're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you know the infamy of the augmented eye of the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize everything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp and the company have an eye on every publication they haven't brought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to find you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that in the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked up that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still one piece. The BTC have been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed three small bars that serve as illegal chicken restaurants. Huh. Not to mention there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's a bit obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. I know news outlets talks about that. Alright kid, let's try Moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time? A Moonblast. I mean, sure, he wants a Moonblast. I'll give him a frickin' Moonblast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give him a big Moonblast, maybe. Here we go. Oh, I did wrong. Whoops. I forgot I could add the rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and blend. Hydron cannon. Now, let's see what the ruckus is about. So, what brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Okay, so you are the stalker. Get out of here. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring at her. Stop glaring. Why though? Are you that bored? Don't you have like a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those King class Chia models are personally. A CH-1A. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dodson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. Okay. It's an open relationship, I guess. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. Okay. I'll give him a pile driver, literally. 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. Okay. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing, really. And she did hi me, so it's the least I could do. But well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Miss Idol wants something sweet. Give me a Bartending. Oh, actually, what's the most expensive? Sugar Rush, 150, 150, 170, 180, 320 versus 250. But Piano Woman, you can make it big. I believe big like doubles the price as well. So Bartending, a big Bartending is probably the best option, I think. I mean, she's an idol. She has plenty of money. I have no remorse, squeezing as much money as I can out of her to pay my rent. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? Yeah, we have achieved peak capitalism, of course. Capitalism, ho! Okay, what did you say? I don't know, do you know if Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not likely to have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Oh, she is? Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. That's so cliche, isn't it? Reminds me of, like, you know, Idol Master, I guess. It's like a gacha game as well, where you literally are the producer and then you just make all the idols your waifus. Really. We're both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. It all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met two fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans, or rather I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? You like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard about are really good. And I'm not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Something tea-like. Not really, but I guess something bitter? There's something bitter but girly. Very specific. I guess something bitter and girly. Bitter and girly. Bitter, no, that's not suplex. Oh, Sunshine Cloud? I guess Sunshine Cloud is the closest thing we have. On the rocks. And also as much alcohol as I can so you can get more drunk and then you pay for more drinks, please. I don't know what this says about me as a bartender, but who cares about morals when I need to pay rent? Here. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a King Class CH1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and the DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Ah, I see. Is there anything new for this concert? Well, it's an encore, so we're gonna make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. We always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. So you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their on-stage personas they are. Really? Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Is that what they are? Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I think they were mentioned that before. Reminded me of like an anime band, I guess, from Bang Dream. Another like gacha rhythm game. They remind me of Roselia, I guess. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. Wouldn't that be an interesting concept? True, I guess. Well, I've got to go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright, Sparkle Star. Sparkle Star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and a million alcohols. Asian mix. Here. Sparkling. Black metal, I guess. Is there like, what's it called, like baby metal or something? I think that's also a genre. Is that what they're trying to emulate too? Or simulate or emulate? What's the difference between simulate and emulate? Oh, yeah. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please, come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. Alright. Break time. Yeah, okay, I assume, the New Year's party, so that's when the game will probably end, I think. Let's see. Even if I can't pay rent, I think you can just, play the game again. I mean, I can just reload and everything. We'll see. I think there's a bunch of like stuff you can do still. But, we'll see. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Door is squeaky, I guess. Your love is a drug, because we saw Kiramiki. Oh, no. Alright then. Gil, you're my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of the boss's chicken buckets. Did boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go over Bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, and blend. Gotta shake it, shake it. Shake, shake, shake. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean, really clean. Gil's the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of White Knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits were always safely guarded, but after the events of the bank... After the events of the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any White Knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many White Knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. The whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're all in the race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify these expenses? It's a new tech. A whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many, so I say yes. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks, and I can see how. There's one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit, a core unit, rather. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of the unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. Henshin heroes? And what? They look really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you? True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. The corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold up a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. But let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. But then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no powers anyway. He's just the friend that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. Okay, he's just a puppet. He makes a fool of himself, and intention is to take away from him whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what we were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, and what? Henshin heroes. Ahem. Can I get a Bartending here, please? Sure. Never a Bartending. I guess that's what, I don't know, is that what the Power Rangers, you know, Sentai warriors, Sentai soldiers, Henshin heroes, you know, is that a reference to that? I assume so. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 3, and 2 of these. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kira Miki Encore concert. Oh, nice. Oh, right, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite a graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, you hear that she's so nice to everyone. It's nice to hear, you know. Very nice. In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Yeah, the same for me, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, compared to other people anyway, for me, like, I feel like people are just very obsessed with celebrities, you know? Which is, I guess, not really a bad thing, but I don't really do that, I guess. Not a lot, anyway. You know how, like, people, like, when they watch movies and everything, they, like, know the actors, you know, and everything, and they know the directors, I guess. But for me, not so much. At least, well, maybe video games, I'm thinking. But even video games, I don't really know the voice actors, I guess, all that much, either. I don't know. Except maybe two people. I mean, there's two people that come to mind in terms of directors. There's Yoko Taro. I mean, that's the game I'm playing right now, Nier. And Nier Automata is what I played before, so that's why I know about Yoko Taro. And also, I guess Hideo Kojima, because I like the Metal Gear Solid series. I guess those are two, like, famous people I would say, like, I know a little bit about as, like, celebrities, I guess. But otherwise, though, I don't really follow celebrities. I don't know. TV show says Henshin heroes are people that change to super form, usually getting weird armor, catchphrase. Like Sailor Moon for men. Google references to actors. Yeah, I don't really remember actors. But actors tend to be like celebrities, right? Anyway. I don't care much. Not being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the ballroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like a good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Daddy? Oh, Daddy. Ahem. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about the stuff like that, so sure. Oh, thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. Yeah, I guess you could just... I guess you can, like, change the hair. Yeah, she doesn't have to wear the Ojo-sama drill hair, I guess. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with saying her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Want something classic. A classic drink. Beer? Bleeding Jane? I guess it's Bleeding Jane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 of these. Blended. You gotta blend it. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Well, we're gonna be out of a job pretty soon, and out of a house. I guess it'll just be a maid for you, Stella? How about that? I know Gilead would probably. I mean, you know, he was mentioned that Gilead is really good at cleaning stuff, so maybe he'll be Stella's butler. I don't know. Well, thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but would that be true if the tech was patented in the first place? It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. The patent would be in a database that someone could hack or retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind will prove that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are all, by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. Screw the rules, I have money! All of that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. I wonder what that is. What did you do? Well, please come again. Ah, Alma. No, hello. You're pretty much insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greetings stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again. I expect you to properly greet me this time. This reminds me of a SpongeBob episode. Anyway. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender. I did not. Is this Edgar Allan Poe or something? So you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. Big cobalt. I never know if I say it right. Cobalt? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I did it wrong. Damn it. I miscounted. 6 here, and then 10 of these because I want to make it big on the rocks and here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69, Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Shadowmaster 69. Now you're just mixing the XXX, X like lower capital, upper capital X, lower capital X, like before and after the name, and then you have the typical username. Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I made a great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as little revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill. I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. Okay, so is Jill's old a username, I guess. Shadowmaster69. It was her edgy phase, I guess. Latest essay, scientifically on the idea of auras. She into that? I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. We've all been cringy, I guess. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. No, that would have been embarrassing. You're still not a tuny, Bill. You're still not like that, right? God, no. I gave up on the whole occult stuff. Just that remembering all that stuff is... or like rather... I guess. This is what she said. I don't know. I like the way you look. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. Oh, of course. She was the goth GF, I guess. She was the goth GF. That's what Jill was. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking the past interactivity. Please, don't run background checks like that. Yes, Galfio, the dream. You know, Jill is just, I guess she's the perfect waifu. I don't know. You're just playing as the perfect waifu. Anyway, please don't run background checks like that. I just use a search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. Just use Google. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sorta haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? Because, you know, it's the sex number, hee hee. It was supposed to be 69, not 69, like in reference about the lovers in the Hermit Hall. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that 69. I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up the things a bit. I have a sugar rush. Sure. Sugar rush. I have a sugar rush. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I thought when I was young that I didn't really understand until later on? I don't know. I can't really think of something off the top of my head, but that's happened to me before, you know? Just something I just never knew until I was much older. That everyone just knew, I guess. I don't know. Actually, 4 of these, 2 of these, and a million alcohols. All mixed? All mixed. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? Misheard song lyrics? Yeah, I guess that could be like... You know, actually, I'm horrible at, like, listening to the lyrics. And this is probably why I like anime music, but normal songs in English, like, I can never really comprehend... Like, I don't know what the word is, like... I can't really, like, understand what the words are, like... Or even are, you know, when someone's singing it. I don't know, it's just hard for me to, unless they're singing, I guess, a very obvious chorus. But otherwise, when they're singing, like, you know, especially like if it's rap, I don't really like rap, but that's why I don't like rap. It's like when someone's like talking really fast, you know, I can't really keep up, you know, my brain can't keep up. I don't know what they're saying, so I don't know. Stuff like that, I guess. She wasn't there. Well, I mean, I don't know, I can't remember the song, but like, I think there is a song, like, there was a song that was, like, super lewd. I think this is common, but there was a song that I kind of like, you know, and it was, like, super lewd, but I didn't really understand that it was lewd until later on when I looked up the lyrics, actually. It was, you know, it was a song about it was just about sex, you know, but I didn't know at the time. I thought it was just a catchy song, you know? I forget what it was, but it was some kind of song. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway. That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such, that I've introduced my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. Very similar reason with Jill, I guess. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but I wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. Or rather he wanted to get married. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, we had awesome chemistry, I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if it's just for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure, give her a beer. Well, I guess she has... I mean, you know, Jill also, like, I guess had past relationships with people. Very similar situation, I guess. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big beer. Well, thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you were saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. Okay. I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I'd gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping me because my real question was, why do you get your hands chopped? Chopped? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Oh yeah, I think I saw her once, but like when she points with her finger, I guess she has robot hands. There's a couple of reasons. We don't see it now though. We can't see it. We can't see her hands. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. No. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. Oh, Google Glasses, I guess. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but there are small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How'd your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice and then get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and Capasso's original head with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to donation. Interesting. Donating hands. I mean, I've heard of organ donations, but donating your limbs? That's kind of weird. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? There you go. That's her hand right there. I kind of thought it was a glove, but I guess, yeah, it's a robot hand. I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julian once. Now you don't. Eh, why? You just call me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance. You just use it up. Damn it. Okay. Surprise! There's Anna again. And you donate everything for a sick robot body? I guess, well, I mean, if the operation is safe, yeah, I would, like, upload my mind to, like, something mechanical, because who needs a squishy flesh bag body? Who needs it? Just become a cyborg. That's fine. Anyway. Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Or ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then act as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image known like a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the body, the blood, too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens of 8th grade syndrome a chunibyo? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in the ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, it just so happens to use fights as an expression. Might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I mean, think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! 8th grade what? Well, 8th grade syndrome is basically being a chunibyo. Don't you know, Jill? Don't you watch anime? It means like you're still well, it means exactly what it was, actually. What you were acting like when you were 12, you know? Basically. Being super edgy and everything. What if we get a bonafide idol in the bar? $300. Alright. Well, I have $9,000. That's not enough. I'm missing a few $100. No. Your rent contract is now invalid. Please vacate the place by February or discuss a renewal of your landlord. Jill couldn't pay her rent. This will distract her at work. Nope. Couldn't pay our rent. I guess we lose. The alley where you found me was very comfortable. Why you? It's not enough. You can't pay? We're just late on the payment, right? I don't know. I think that's just saying that you can't get it. Yeah, I shouldn't have spent. You know, I shouldn't have spent on that wallpaper. I thought we were done. Really, I thought we were just finished, but I guess not. No. Do 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 do.